Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. First of all, Happy New Year. Everybody's safe. Hope you had a good one. The holidays treated you well. You got to at least see, talk, or spend some time with your family. So we are here for Week 15 Silver Objective Players and Week 15 Team of the Week predictions. So, get it kicked off. We got Mr. Lucas Joao from Reading. He had 2 goals. Get my sheet up here. He had 2 goals and in a 2-1 win, so he basically got Reading the dub. So nice little 74 rated Portuguese striker. Decent card using your silver objective squad. Next we have Mr. Brian Gill from Ibar. He had 2 goals, 2-0 win. So again, he could be in as well. Good nationality, Spanish. La Liga. Decent pace, decent. Little, it's probably of the 2, that's the one that I would not want. Then next up, we have Romarinho from Saudi League. He had Mourinho here. He had 2 goals. In a 2-1 win. So all 3 of these guys contributed their clubs getting victory over the weekend. All 3 of them had 2 goals in 2-1, 2-0 wins. So it's going to be a toss-up. Probably, if I had to go with one, I would probably go with Mourinho. Not because he has the pace, all that, but 2-1 win from the cam spot. The other 2 guys, that should, I know, actually that probably will be. I think he was playing out of position in that game. There's a possibility they move that to cam, but I would think that might be we'll have to see. So some interesting and decent candidates for the silver objective player for this week. And I do remember now that at the end of the season for the swaps that there will not be a silver objective player, so I will try to remember that and save you guys the hassle. So now let's move on to Team of the Week. See if I can blow it up. See if I can blow it. See what this looks like. Oh yeah, there we go. So as you can see, we have a nice, pretty nice Team of the Week coming up. See some omissions. And I see an omission that I made already that I intended on putting in. Got to look at my quick. Oh, yeah, that would be why. There's a possibility that one of the defenders doesn't get in and Nicholas does. I intended to put him in and I didn't. But, hey, it is what it is. It's a prediction. Get what we get. So, first up we have Mr. Donarumma for Inter. Excuse me. Rewind. For AC Milan, he had 5 saves, 3 in the box, a couple punches, a couple high claims, an 8.2 rating, and a clean sheet and a 2-0 win. Not really anybody else did anything spectacular in that game, so I believe Donarumma will get in for 6 rated. Decent card. I don't know if they'll do. Trying to think. Anyway, never mind. I had a thought, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna move on from that thought. Next up, we have Mr. Ben Mee. Burnley. He had only goal in a 1-0 win for Burnley. 0.1 rating, clean sheet. Burnley has struggled this year, so that was a bright spot for Burnley past week. So we'll see if he gets in. Next up, we have Mr. Juan Bisaka. with an assist and a 2-1 win over Aston Villa. Aston Villa. He hasn't been playing okay. United have been playing better, so I think he's most likely to get the in there. Other than that, I don't see one coming from that game. He's a possibility he could get left out, and Sule Nicholas could get in. And reason why I don't have, I'll say it now. Reason why I don't have a Bayern player in here. Lewandowski and Kimmich both kind of deserve to get in. Lewandowski had 2 goals. I believe Kimmich had 1 goal, 1 assist. But I think there's a possibility they both get into. I think at the end of this headliners promo, I don't see putting them in this team of the year. Could be wrong. We'll see. If they do put them in, then it's just going to juice. Juan Bisaka possibility from Man U getting in there at right back. And then last up we have Kieran Tierney from Arsenal. He had the first goal in a 4-0 win over West Brom over the weekend. Decent pace, physical. He'd be a decent left back for him. What was? I don't remember what his rating was. Anyway, we move on. Next up, we have Mr. Rafa Silva for Liganos. He had goal, 1 assist, and he is a right mid. I put him as a right mid this week because that's the position he played. So we'll see if he gets in. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, and so he's basically involved in both goals. He had an 8.3 rating, so that was a big win. And we'll see if he gets in. Generally, it's a pretty decent card. I've used his, and it's not too bad. But obviously, it's probably not something that you're gonna rock in your starting line. Next up, we have a guy that had gone missing most of the season, but he showed up this week. Jadon. This will be a good card. I actually read an article today that Sancho, apparently a lot of the transfer, him going United this off season kind of messed him up. He hasn't been as focused, but might have regained his focus this week with a 1 goal, 2-0 win. Dortmund over Berg. That helped them out because I don't remember. I think Leverkusen, Bayern struggled a little bit. They did win, but looks like Jadon Sancho back in team for the first time this year. I think it might be wrong, but I think this is the first time he's here. And then we have Lucas Ocampo, Sevilla. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 2-0 win, so he's involved in both goals. Gets in again. That's another decent card. Look at literally the exception of like a handful of these down here. It's actually a pretty decent team of the week. I mean, even if you don't want to use some guys, you can. They're gonna come in handy for SBC fodder, that good stuff. So next up, we have Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. Goals, 1 assist in a 4-1 win for Iman Calcio, aka Juventus. I forgot who they. Udinese. So I think possibility he gets in. We'll say this: there's a possibility that he doesn't get in. Don't know that anybody else from Juventus would get in, but I left out Lukaku in favor of Bellotti. There's a possibility if Ronaldo doesn't get in, that means he's in Team of the Year in some way, shape, or form. Like we're getting close to the Team of the Year again. Next couple weeks, probably after this Headliners promo. So again, another card that could potentially get left out, deserves to be in. We'll see what EA does with that. Clearly deserves to be in. So everybody be looking for that card. Next up, we have Mr. Duvan Zapata for Atalanta. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, 9.3 rating, and a 5-1 win Sunday. Like Atalanta was struggling a little bit, then he kind of turned it on. So I feel like he'll get in another decent card. Serie A, pretty much every team, every card's either Serie A, Prim, La Liga, but there were leagues that were off on winter break this week. Next up, we have Mr. Andrea Belatti. He had 2 assists and a 3-0 win. He had a 9 rating. Torino got a big win. And another okay card from Serie A. Again, like I said, I chose him over Lukaku. And we'll do my little rundown of bigger names that I left out here in a few. And last in the starting 11, Mr. Jose Morales for Levante. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 4-3 win. That game back and forth. They beat Real Betis. So that'll be a good card for an 82. It's actually a pretty usable card. But again, are you really going to be using that super sub or for objectives or something? That's the starting 11. Let's go back up here. Sorry, I have to keep checking, making sure. Good there. You can see that, so I'll remember to scroll up. So next up is our backup goalkeeper, and we have Mr. Jordi Messi. 2 games. They played 2 games. They played 2 games. He had 8 saves, 4 in the box. 1. He had 2 clean sheets on the week. 7.7 and 8.1 rating. So I feel like that'll get him in team of the week. 2. That's 4 big points for them this week. So an okay card, but fodder. Get it. Work well in SBCs. Next up, we have Mr. Tomas Sek. He had the only goal in a 1-0 win over Everton. He's been playing pretty well for West Ham as well. So nice little 84 CDM card. To throw in your Prim team for icon swaps or whatever. So again, it is what it is. And then next up we have Mr. DeMarcos Athletic Club. He had, where is he? He had an assist and a 1-0 win, clean sheet. So I feel like that'll get him in. I think that's his first in here. Decent little right back card. Liga. So see there. Next up we have Mr. Lucas Vasquez, right wing. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 2-0 win for Real Madrid. I've seen some predictions that have Marco Asensio in, but Vasquez scored the first goal on the second one. I feel like that should get him in. Decent right wing card. His base cards okay to play with. So this a bit better. We'll see there. Next up is one of my honestly, it's one of my favorite Serie A cards to use in objectives, and that's Piotr Zielinski. I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm horrible with pronouncing names, as you will know. But for Napoli, he had 2 goals, 4-1 win, 8.9 rating. Played extremely well in that game. So I think he'll get his first inform here. He did drop off a little bit. I think his base card's a 80 this year. This will give him an 83 inform. Decent stats. So again, usable for the Serie A objectives. Next up, we have Vladimir Darida for Hertha Berlin, he had 2 assists and a 3-0 win, a 9.3 rating, an 82 center mid. Not really usable there, so on. This was another one I kind of struggled with a bit. I gave the informed Phil Foden. He's been playing pretty. When he gets to play, he's been. He had 1 goal, 1 assist in the Chelsea game win. He assisted De Bruyne's. I think De Bruyne's goal, if I remember correctly, or maybe it was Gundogan's. But he had an assist, and then De Bruyne assisted. That's what it was. He assisted Gundogan, and then De Bruyne. So I've also seen Gundogan in some projections. I'm going with Foden. Not really. I mean, maybe for objectives or something, it would be other than that. Not. But I'm going with Foden. So, and then next up we have I had Raimi for FC Porto. He had 2 goals in a 3-2 win and a 9.1 rating. He had the game winner, so I feel like I say the same thing every time I do a projection. That game-winning goals generally get you in team. We'll see. Not really a usable card. Only decent thing is that it's Liga NOS, so you can possibly use it in objectives or throw them into SPC. Next up, Marvin Duckish, however you say it, for Hanover 96. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 goals, 1 assist, in a 4-0 win. 9.6 rating. He's been playing extremely well. He got left out. I think it was either last week or the week before. So I think he'll get in this week. Again, not really a usable card. Next up, we have Carlos Strandberg. It's one of the Saudi teams. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. He's from Sweden. He had a hat trick in a 4-2 win. He scored the game-winning goal. And he had an 8.3 rating, so I feel like that will get him in. Next up, we have Josh Ruffles from Oxford United, left back. This guy, I will say why I'm putting him in. Very, very rarely do you ever see a defender with 2 goals, 1 assist in a 5-1. Granted, it didn't have a clean sheet, but literally to contribute 3 points and an 8.5 rating, that's a pretty good game. Unfortunately, it's not a usable card, but he should still get in anyway. And last but not least, we have Kyle Joseph, Wigan Athletic. He had a hat trick in a 4-3 win. He scored the game winner, 9.3 rating. He's a bronze. I had Jordan Bowery as another bronze that I was going to try to put in, but what I used to do my card creations, he wasn't available there. So I don't know if he will potentially get in as well. Let's run through the ones that I didn't put in, and we'll revisit the quick. So Iago Aspas, he had 1 goal, 1 assist, and possibility he could get in. Yusuf Nakate, we believe he's Turkish league. He had 2 goals and a 2-1 win. He was a silver as well. I thought about putting objective, but I decided not to. Silver player objective. Harry Kane and Hyunmin Son both had 1 goal. Possibility they could get in. Excuse me. Alexandre Lacazette. He had two goals and a 4-0 win. Obviously, I took Tierney there. There's a possibility he could get in as well. And then I mentioned Lukaku. He had 1 goal. and I left him. And Youssef El Arabi from Greece, Hellish Liga. He had 2 goals and a 3-0 win, so there's a possibility he gets a second inform there. AS Upinza, he's a bronze. He had 6 goals in 2 games. But I couldn't find his card either. There's a possibility you see that card get in as well as either a team of the week or possibly an effective card. Silver player, possibly, even though he's a bronze. They can make it a silver. Andrew Trossard had 2 assists in Brighton's draw. As I mentioned, Marco Asensio had 1 goal assist. Win. Jonas Hoffman had I've seen some projections with him in. Dean Eunice, Eintracht Frankfurt, he had 2. He had 1 goal and a 2-1 win over Leverkusen. Possibility he gets in. Danny Olmo had the only goal for Leipzig. James Madison scored a goal for Leicester. Frankie de Jong had a goal for Barca. And Sergio Oliveira, Liga knows he had 1 goal, 1 assist. Again, I mentioned I forgot to put Nicolas Sule in. I literally just I could probably put 30 players in for potential team of the week, and that's, I'm going with what I think is the best 23 based on performance. There's a possibility he gets in though. Bisaka gets it left out, like I said, and then last but not least, David De Gea had 5 saves and 3 of them in the box, and 79 rating, and in the 1-0 win here in the week. He's not really played well this year. He hasn't had an inform yet. Is there a possibility? Maybe they put De Gea in, and Juan Bisaka doesn't get one. So I don't know. There's several options this week, but this is actually a pretty decent team of the week heading into team of the year territory. So we got Donarumma, me, Juan Bisaka, Tierney, Rafa, Sancho, Campos, Aldo, Duvan Zapata, Andrea Belotti, and Morales. Starting 11, and then we have Jordi Masip, Tomas Cech, Marcos, Lucas Vasquez, Piotr Zielinski, Vladimir Darida, Phil Foden, Taremi, Duksh, Strandberg, Ruffles, and Joseph. So that is for Team of the Week 15 predictions done by yours truly. Again, thank you for the support on YouTube. Thank you for checking the videos out every week. Smash the thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Be doing some later this year when football gets back going. When NFL starts back up again. Doing some football stuff. Doing team prediction. Things like that. If there's anything you want to see, comment, let me know. Appreciate you guys checking it out. And again, I hope you guys had a great New Year, had a great holiday. Hope you got to spend it with your family. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, be smart, and we will see you on another YouTube video in the near future. Peace.